How good is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is putting up numbers that don't even seem real. He's scoring efficiently, locking down on defense, and leading the Thunder to wins that nobody saw coming this soon. But just how good is he? Is he simply an elite guard, or are we watching the rise of one of the NBA's next all-time greats? He's gone from underrated to unstoppable, and it's time to break down what makes him so special. So let's get into it. SGA's evolution as a player. Coming out of high school, he wasn't the highly touted prospect getting national attention. Even when he committed to Kentucky, he wasn't the guy people expected to take over. But by the time his freshman season ended, it was clear SGA had something special. He wasn't just talented, he was smart, patient, and unshakable. His ability to manipulate defenses, control tempo, and get to his spots made him stand out. He wasn't flashy, but he was effective. That quiet dominance caught the attention of NBA scouts, and in 2018, he declared for the draft. The Clippers took him with the 11th pick, but his time in Los Angeles was short-lived. He had a solid rookie season, showing a glimpse of what he could become, but the Clippers were chasing a championship window. In the summer of 2019, they made a blockbuster trade to pair Kawhi Leonard with Paul George. The cost was a historical haul of draft picks and SGA. The Thunder wanted him for a reason. To them, he wasn't just a young prospect. He was the guy they could build around. That trade changed everything. No longer a supporting piece, SGA was given the keys to a franchise in transition. In his second year in the league, he improved in every statistical category, but the real leap came in 2021. The Thunder weren't winning a lot of games, but SGA's numbers were ridiculous. He wasn't just scoring more, he was scoring efficiently, putting up 24 points per game on elite shooting splits. That's when people started realizing he wasn't just a good player on a bad team, he was a star in the making. Since then, it's been steady domination. Every year, he's gotten better, sharpening his mid-range game, improving as a playmaker, and becoming a more complete defender. The once overlooked kid from Canada is now one of the best players in the NBA. But how do you go from star to superstar? For SGA, the answer lies in what he's doing right now. MVP caliber performance, 2024-25 season. You see, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isn't just playing like a star this season. He's playing like the best player in the NBA. His numbers are absurd. Over 32 points per game on some of the most efficient shooting splits in the league. He's getting to the rim at will, knocking down mid-range jumpers with ease, and punishing defenders who give him space. And it's not just volume. His efficiency is what separates him. He's shooting nearly 55% from the field, unheard of for a high-usage guard. And he's getting to the free throw line at an elite rate, converting nearly 90% of his attempts. Defenders know what's coming, but they still can't stop him. What makes SGA different from other high-scoring guards is that he doesn't take bad shots. While some players rely on deep threes or low-percentage contested jumpers, SGA lives in the most efficient areas of the court. His footwork and patience allow him to get exactly where he wants, whether it's finishing through contact at the rim or stopping on a dime for a smooth mid-range jumper. This is why his scoring isn't just impressive, it's unstoppable. But he's not just an offensive machine. His defense this season has taken a massive leap. He's averaging nearly 2 steals per game, constantly disrupting passing lanes, and making life miserable for opposing guards. He's also contesting shots better than ever, using his length and quickness to be a legitimate two-way force. He doesn't take possessions off, which is rare for a player shouldering such a massive offensive workload. More than anything, though, he's leading a winning team. The Thunder aren't just good, they're one of the best teams in the league. While other MVP candidates have superstar teammates, SGA is leading a young squad to the top of the Western Conference. He's the reason they're contenders, and his teammates know it too.
He's too humble to say it, but this is the MVP right here. MVP of the league. I'm going to say it for him because he won't say it.
At this point, it's not about whether he's an MVP caliber player. The real question is, has he already become the best guard in the NBA? SGA's unique skill set. This guy plays the game at his own pace, and no defender had figured out how to speed him up. Every step is calculated and every move is precise. He doesn't rely on explosive athleticism to beat defenders. Instead, he shifts his weight, changes speeds, and angles his body in ways that make it impossible to stay in front of him. He's one of the best in the league at getting to the rim, weaving through traffic like he's in complete control of time itself. Even with seconds on the clock, you can't underestimate what this guy can do.
Back to the basket, looking to distribute. Finds Shai. Shai steps back on the three. On the way, at the buzzer. It is good. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander shatters the hopes of the Clippers here at Paycom.
Most elite guards today live behind the three-point line, but SGA is dominant with an old-school approach. His mid-range game is automatic. He stops on a dime and knocks down shots that most players have abandoned. Defenders have to respect his drive, so when he pulls up from 15 feet, there's nothing they can do. He also knows how to draw fouls better than almost anyone. His ability to get defenders off balance forces them to reach, and once he feels contact, he's at the line. And he doesn't waste those opportunities. He's flirting with 90% from the free throw line this season, turning every trip into automatic points. Defensively, he's just as impactful. His length and instincts make him a nightmare for opposing guards. He's constantly in passing lanes, deflecting balls, and making smart rotations. He's not just a scorer, he's a two-way force. With all these tools, does he have what it takes to be the best guard in the league? Is SGA the best guard in the NBA? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isn't just in the conversation for best guard in the NBA. He might already be the guy. Luka Doncic, Stephen Curry, and Damian Lillard have all set the standard, but SGA is making a serious case. He's outscoring all of them this season while maintaining elite efficiency. Luka puts up big numbers, but he's a high-volume shooter with a heavier usage rate. Steph is still one of the greatest shooters ever, but at 35, he's not carrying the team the way SGA is. What about Dame? He's an offensive powerhouse, but his defense has never been a strength. SGA is dominating on both ends of the floor. Statistically, his case is undeniable. And when asked about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's case for the MVP, Stephen A. had this to say about him.
Tell me this, does SGA have a case for MVP over Jokic?
A case? He's getting my vote for MVP. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander should be the NBA MVP. Don't give me that look.
He's averaging more points than Curry and Lillard, doing it on better shooting splits. His defensive numbers are among the best for a high-usage guard, something Luka and Dame can't claim. And then there's efficiency. While Luka and Dame take tougher, lower percentage shots, SGA picks defenses apart with smart decision-making. He's shooting over 50% from the field as a lead ball handler, something almost unheard of in today's NBA. But numbers only tell part of the story. What really sets him apart is his ability to control a game. He dictates the pace, makes the right reads, and never looks rushed. When the Thunder need a bucket, they go to him, and more often than not, he delivers. He's also leading a team that wasn't expected to be this good, proving that his impact goes beyond stats. It translates to winning. So the question isn't if SGA is among the best guards in the NBA. It's whether anyone is actually playing better. And if that's the case, what does that mean for the future of the league? How far can he take the Thunder? You see, he has already turned the Thunder into a contender, but can he take them all the way? The pieces are there. OKC isn't just winning because of SGA's brilliance. They've built one of the most promising young rosters in the league. Chet Holmgren has been a perfect fit, protecting the rim while stretching the floor with his shooting. Jalen Williams has emerged as a legit two-way star. Add in Josh Giddey's playmaking and an endless supply of depth, and this team isn't just built to win now. They're built to win for years. But winning a championship is different. It takes experience, chemistry, and the ability to handle pressure when it matters most. The Thunder are young, which means they'll have to go through some battles before they're truly ready to compete for a title. But with SGA leading the way, they're already ahead of the schedule. He's got the composure of a veteran, the skill set of a superstar, and the mindset of a leader. That's the kind of player who could carry a team deep into the playoffs. The real question is whether the Thunder will make a move to accelerate their timeline. With all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they have the assets to trade for another star. And if they find the right piece, they could be the team to beat in the West. But even if they stay patient, SGA's trajectory suggests it won't be long before he's competing for a ring. What do you think about him? Is he already the best guard in the NBA? Or is there still another level he can reach? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos like this one.